keeping up with content creation in a busy field. Well, like construction can feel like, I don't know, like trying to build a skyscraper with a single bricklayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, juggling those projects, clients, deadlines. It's no wonder content, engaging content that is, often falls to the bottom of the priority list, you know?
For sure. So what if I told you there was like a way to like supercharge your content creation without cloning yourself? Like we're going to deep dive into an article today called How AI Can Help You Produce More Content Without the Extra Graft. And it's all about using AI tools, right, to work smarter, not harder, and specifically for like folks in the built environment sector.
It's fascinating stuff, and I think it's crucial to start by addressing the elephant in the room, you know? Is AI about to replace us all?
Right. That's the million-dollar question, right?
Well, the article puts it this way. AI is more like an assistant, you know, like a really capable one, but an assistant nonetheless. It's not about to, like, steal your job, but it can definitely make your life easier, right?
Okay. That's a relief. But I have to admit, AI assistant still sounds a bit intimidating, you know? I'm imagining, like, having to, like, teach a robot how to write like me. And honestly, I'm not sure if I have the patience for that.
I hear you, but think of it more like collaborating with like a junior team member. You know, you provide the strategy, the expertise, that unique voice, and the AI helps you execute on those ideas, but more efficiently.
So it's like having a tireless intern who's always ready to, like, brainstorm and research and draft content.
Precisely. And the article highlights how this can be particularly valuable when it comes to, well, you know, blog posts, which, as we know, are still the foundation of a strong content strategy, right?
Right. A good blog post is pure gold. But let's be real. Sometimes finding the time to even think about blog topics, let alone write them, feels impossible.
That's where AI tools like ChatGPT and Blaze come in. Think of them as, you know, brainstorming partners and organizational wizards. They can help you generate topic ideas, structure your thoughts, and even refine the writing itself, you know?
Wait, so you're telling me I can literally tell this AI, hey, I need a blog post about sustainable building materials, and it'll just spit one out?
Not quite spit out. You still bring the expertise to the table, right? But think of it this way. ChatGPT can help you like flesh out those initial ideas and suggest different angles, maybe even generate a basic outline, you know, to get you started.
That sounds incredibly helpful, especially when you're staring at that blank page, feeling that pressure of a deadline.
Exactly. But it doesn't stop there. The article calls this next part content multiplication. And this is where things get really interesting. Imagine taking that single blog post and turning it into, you know, a whole arsenal of content across different platforms.
Okay, now you have my full attention. Content multiplication, tell me more.
Let's say you've got this great blog post about a new construction technique. Well, you can use AI to transform that post into a video script for platforms like YouTube. There are tools like Riverside.fm that can help with recording, and then something like Opus.pro can help you create, you know, those short, eye-catching video clips that people love these days.
That makes so much sense. It's like getting extra mileage out of all the effort you put into crafting that initial blog post, right?
Exactly. And it plays right into the way people consume content today. And not everyone has time to read a long blog post, but they might be happy to watch a quick, you know, engaging video on the same topic.
That's a great point. You're not just creating more content, you're making your content more accessible to a wider audience.
Precisely. But video isn't the only option. That same blog post can be broken down for social media. Imagine using AI to pull out key insights and turn them into, like, catchy captions and suggest relevant hashtags, you know? Even polish your grammar with tools like Grammarly.
Okay, you're speaking my language now. Social media is a beast. And finding the time to like craft engaging posts on top of everything else is a constant struggle.
Right, and that's where AI can really streamline the process. It can help you maintain a consistent brand voice across platforms, even if you're short on time.
That's a huge advantage, especially if you're trying to build a strong online presence. And what about email? Is there any AI magic for that too?
Absolutely. Your blog post can also be the foundation for, you know, compelling email newsletters. Not everyone sees your social media posts, but they're probably checking their inbox regularly.
That's so true. But email can be tricky too. How do you make sure your emails actually get opened and read and not just flagged as spam?
This is where tools like Instantly come in. They can help you personalize your email messaging, write compelling subject lines that grab attention, and even warm up your inboxes to avoid those, you know, pesky spam filters.
Wow, so much AI power packed into a single email. And I love that the article highlights how AI can help streamline internal communications too. It's not just about reaching external audiences, it's about improving efficiency within your own company.
Absolutely. Think about using ChatGPT to adapt that same blog content for like internal newsletters, stakeholder updates, even presentations for leadership meetings. It's all about maximizing the value of the content you've already created.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here. It's like AI is unlocking a whole new level of content creation efficiency. But I have to ask, are there any downsides to this approach? I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true.
That's a great question, and one the article doesn't shy away from. While these AI tools are incredibly powerful, they're not a magic bullet, you know? They require human direction and oversight to be truly effective.
Right, we touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
AI is an assistant, not a replacement. But what does that actually look like in practice? How do you ensure the AI is producing quality content that truly reflects your brand and expertise? So we're still the ones calling the shots, making sure the AI is working for us, not the other way around. It's like having one of those high-powered sports cars. You need to know how to handle it to get the best performance.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. You wouldn't just, jump in a race car and expect to win, right?
Yeah.
You need to understand the controls, the track, your own driving skills, right? The same applies to these AI tools.
Okay, so let's talk practicalities. How do we actually maintain that, quality control? What are some tips for making sure the AI is, producing content that meets our standards?
The first key is to start with crystal clear clarity about your audience and your content goals. Like, what message are you actually trying to convey? What kind of, tone and style will resonate with your target market?
Makes sense. AI can't read our minds, so we need to feed it the right information to guide its, output.
Exactly. And that goes beyond just basic demographics, right? It's about understanding your audience's pain points, their interests, their motivations. Once you have that clarity, then you can translate those insights into specific instructions for your AI tools.
So it's like creating a content brief, for a human writer, but in this case, you're briefing the AI.
Precisely. You're setting the parameters, you're defining the scope, and you're providing the AI with the context it needs to create content that aligns with your overall strategy.
And I imagine that also helps to avoid some of those pitfalls we discussed earlier, like sounding generic or lacking that human touch,
Exactly. By providing those specific guidelines and injecting your own expertise into the process, you can ensure the AI is amplifying your unique voice, not replacing it.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. But even with those guidelines in place, I'm guessing we still need to be, actively involved in the editing process, right?
Absolutely. Don't just blindly accept what the AI produces. Think of it as a first draft, that needs your expert eye to refine it and polish it.
Right. AI isn't going to replace our role as editors just yet. We still need to fact check, make sure the tone is consistent, and ensure the content flows smoothly and makes sense to a human reader.
Exactly. And that human touch is what will ultimately elevate your content and set it apart from, the AI-generated noise that's likely to become even more prevalent in the future.
So it's not just about embracing the efficiency of AI, it's about maintaining that human element that connects with your audience, on a deeper level.
Precisely. And as you get more comfortable using these tools, you'll find that sweet spot between AI assistance and human oversight.
It's like a dance, isn't it? Learning to move in sync with the AI to create something truly remarkable.
I like that. And it's a dance that's worth learning because the benefits of AI-assisted content creation go far beyond just, saving time.
Well, absolutely. We've talked about efficiency and reach, but what other advantages do you see emerging from this, collaboration between humans and AI?
Well, I think AI can actually help us unlock new levels of creativity and innovation by taking care of those more mundane tasks. It frees up our mental bandwidth to focus on those big picture ideas and strategic thinking.
So instead of being bogged down by the mechanics of writing, we can actually spend more time thinking about the message, the impact, the overall purpose of our content.
Exactly. And that shift in focus can lead to more creative, more impactful, and ultimately more successful content strategies. It's like having a secret weapon in the content creation game.
That's an exciting thought.
Okay.
It's not just about doing things faster. It's about doing things differently, thinking outside the box, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with content.
Precisely. And the article hints at this by emphasizing how AI is constantly evolving, right? What we can do with these tools today is just the tip of the iceberg.
That's both exciting and a little daunting, isn't it? It's like we're on the cusp of a content revolution, and we need to be prepared to adapt and evolve along with the technology.
Absolutely. This isn't a one-time learning curve. It's a continuous journey of discovery and experimentation.
So the message for our listeners is clear: stay curious, stay adaptable, and don't be afraid to embrace the ongoing advancements in AI.
Exactly. Because those who do will have a significant advantage in the future of content creation.
That leads perfectly into the next point I wanted to discuss. The article makes a pretty bold statement about the future being, AI assisted and how competitors are already incorporating these tools.
It's a wake-up call for anyone who's still on the fence about AI. This isn't a passing trend. This is the new reality of content creation.
So it's not just about staying ahead of the curve, it's about staying in the game. Those who hesitate might just get left behind.
Exactly. And that sense of urgency is palpable in the article. It's a call to action for content creators across all industries, but especially in fast-paced fields like construction, where information is constantly changing.
I'm feeling that sense of urgency too. It's like we've been given a glimpse into the future, and we need to start taking action now to prepare ourselves.
Absolutely. And that starts with understanding the potential of AI and experimenting with these tools to see how they can fit into your existing content strategy.
So what would you say to someone who's listening to this and feeling, I don't know, overwhelmed or maybe even a little intimidated by the prospect of using AI? What's a good, first step for someone who's just starting out on this journey?
Yeah, it can definitely feel like a steep learning curve, but it's important to remember that you don't need to become like an AI expert overnight, right? A great first step is simply to just explore the tools that are out there and see what resonates with you. A lot of them offer free trials or basic versions, so you can kind of experiment without making a huge commitment.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's like taking a test drive before buying a new car. You know what I mean? You want to make sure it's a good fit for your needs and driving style, right?
Exactly. And just like learning to drive, it takes practice and patience to become proficient with those AI tools, but the rewards can be, well worth the effort.
Absolutely. We've been talking about how AI can, amplify our existing content efforts. But I'm curious, what about using AI to create something entirely new? What's that dream project that you'd unleash on the world with the help of AI?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. I think for me, it would be creating a centralized knowledge base for the entire built environment sector.
Oh, knowledge base. That sounds ambitious. Tell me more.
Imagine a platform, right, where anyone involved in construction, architects, engineers, contractors, even students could access the latest research, best practices, case studies, building codes, everything all in one place.
It'd be like having this comprehensive library specifically for the built environment, right? But even better, because it would be, constantly updated and easily searchable.
Exactly. And AI could play this really crucial role in curating and organizing this, this vast amount of information and making it accessible and relevant to everyone.
I can see how that would be incredibly valuable. No more, wasting time searching through endless articles and reports trying to find that, nugget of information you need. It would be like having, an AI-powered research assistant at your fingertips.
Precisely. And think about, the potential for collaboration and knowledge sharing. Professionals, from all over the world could contribute their expertise, creating this truly global resource that benefits everyone.
Yeah, almost like a Wikipedia, but, specifically for the built environment and constantly evolving with the latest advancements and innovations.
Exactly. And AI could even, personalize the experience, suggesting relevant content based on, your role, your interests, and current projects.
Wow, that takes personalization to a whole new level. It's like having a custom-tailored learning platform that anticipates your needs and helps you, stay ahead of the curve.
And imagine the impact this could have on the industry as a whole. We could accelerate innovation, improve efficiency, and even, address critical challenges like sustainability by making knowledge more accessible and actionable.
It's inspiring to think about, the possibilities. Like AI is not only changing how we create content, but also how we learn and share and collaborate within the built environment sector.
It really is a paradigm shift, and it highlights the fact that AI is not just a tool for content creation, it's a tool for progress.
Well said. And it's a tool that's becoming increasingly, accessible to everyone. You don't need to be, a tech whiz or have a massive budget to start experimenting with AI and exploring its potential.
Absolutely. A lot of the tools we've discussed today have, free versions or offer trial periods. So, you can just dip your toes in the water and see what works for you.
That's great advice for our listeners who might be feeling, a bit overwhelmed or a bit intimidated by AI. It's all about taking, those first steps and embracing the learning process, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And remember, AI is here to augment our capabilities, not replace us. It's a partnership that can lead to incredible outcomes.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but the conversation is just beginning. The world of AI content creation is constantly evolving, and we're excited to see what the future holds.
Me too. And I encourage our listeners to, stay curious, experiment, and keep exploring the amazing potential of AI.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI content creation.
Oh,
Until next time, keep creating and keep innovating.